If you clicked on this, there's no introduction needed. Timestamps in the description. Once you spawn into Escape Sim 2, you want to come over to one of these teleport pads and make sure that you have a party size of only one. It's actually impossible to do it if you're with other people, so you have to do it alone, because you'll spawn into a maze and there will be a button that you need to press. But in the version where if you choose more than one people, then it will actually not spawn there and it's impossible to get through. Now I'm going to try to do this relatively quickly, so make sure you're paying attention. So immediately you want to grab the key, go through the door, and Sim will spawn on your right, so you want to sprint down to the left. And you'll see at this corner here, there'll be a button on the wall. And you want to press it, and it'll turn red. And you want to lure Sim over to you, because we're going to try to get him stuck. And as you can see, he got stuck on the wrong wall, but that's fine. I just go a bit closer and lure him to this wall behind me, because I'm going to go through this little crevice here, and he won't be able to get through. He's going to try to go through, and he's just not going to be able to do it. So now he's stuck. Very good for us. And we're just going to walk over to the left here. There's this room, the very beginning, with the boxes. You're just going to go left here, and you'll see these two drawers. And on the floor, there'll be a key. And what you want to do is you want to come back over by the starting area. This is the starting door, just for reference. You start right there. You want to come out, and you want to go to the left. And you want to choose this left hall here, and you just want to go straight down until you hit a door, and it'll have a lock on it, and you want to use your key on it. Now you want to come over to this bed to the right, and there will be a key card behind it. And what you're going to want to do is you want to grab the key card and run all the way down to where you found the key before, the second key, I guess. The one by the two drawers. And now that you're back here, you're going to take a right and just go straight down until you hit another door. And thanks to the button you pressed earlier, this place was unlocked, which you can't do with multiple people since the button isn't there. That's why it's impossible. And you want to pray to this shrine and type in the word enlightenment. This will bring you to the area known as the forest. And they actually just recently changed this, but it's just as simple to get through. All you need to do is walk straight down from where you're facing, where you spawned down this little trail. The flashlight is a bit broken right now because it's new and it's 7 stacking. The dev is lazy ass, but we don't have to worry about that. You just want to walk down until you get to this portal, which I actually don't know if you see if you don't have any of the badges. But it's pretty simple. When you get close to it, you should hear these noises, the holy noises. And all you have to do is go through the portal, and it should bring you to the central hub known as Heaven. And this is where you'll do all your trials. Now, to get to Trial 1, you just want to go down the first bridge on the left, and just go through the portal. And it should take you to Trial 1. Let me give a quick explanation on how the movement works. You have a double jump, and you have a dash. And you can dash and then jump right after to gain a huge amount of horizontal velocity. And you cannot shift lock though, so you will have to hold right click the whole time. And if you're on mobile, I am so sorry, I pray for you. Oh yeah, and another thing for this trial is that you need coins, as you can see in the top right. You need to get 40 of them by the end, and I will show you the location of all of them. And after stepping through the portal, you should be teleported back to heaven and given the badge for Trial 1. And now you want to make your way to Trial 2. Now this trial is very quick, but you will need to come back to this if you want to unlock Trial 6. All you need to do is line the right side of your screen with that speaker on the left and just start walking in a straight line until you hit a wall. Now, once you hit a wall, you want to go to the left, just follow the wall to the left until you see the door. And you can press U to zoom in to hit this better, and you want to hit the code 6123. And it should light green, and you can zoom in, click on the doorknob, and just walk in straight forward until you hit a shrine. And now that you're at the shrine, all you need to do is just go inside where the sword is. You don't even need to interact with it. It's just your screen will flicker, and you'll get teleported back to heaven, and you should get the Trial 2 badge. And of course, now we want to make our way to Trial 3. Now, Trial 3 is combat, and it's very, very simple. The map is very linear. You can jump, and you can press Q to roll, which is on like a 2 to 3 second cooldown. And you can press Control to shift lock, which makes your life a lot easier. And it's just super, super easy. You just make your way down, kill all the dudes in the area, go to the next area. It's basically it. Now, to make sure you don't accidentally die doing this jump, you want to make sure that you're back a little from the edge of the bridge, and then just jump and dash with no movement keys being held. Just wait a certain amount of time, make sure that you get the dash back, and jump and dash again, and you're just past that part. Super easy. Now, I would recommend killing everyone here, but if you like taking risks, then I got a path for you. You can just completely ignore everyone and then just go above, because you'll just jump over the barrier since the barrier is too low. But I need to explain how the barriers work. The barriers work based on the number of kills total you have. So in the next room, because I didn't kill the people back in this room, I won't have a high enough total number of kills to get past that barrier. As you can see right here, the barrier here, just if I killed everyone in this room, it wouldn't go down. But if I come over here to this tree, I can climb this tree to the very top and then make sure to jump before I turn around so I don't fall, and jump and dash. I can just land on top of this, and you do have a chance of falling into the void if you do it a little wrong, which is why if you don't like gambling, don't do it. But you just want to come over here to the very end, skipping 2 parts, and you want to type in this code Shattered Reality 0313 2025. To press submit, you can just press backslash to toggle UI navigation, and just use WASD to navigate to the button, and you should get this message: you've proven your worth, come find me. And it'll put you in just a really foggy room, and all you have to do is walk to the end of it, all the way until you find a little portal. Simply go through the portal, and you'll get the badge for Trial 3, and now you're onto the hardest trial out of every single trial. Quick tutorial on the movement. It's basically the same as Trial 1. You can double jump, you can dash, and you can dash jump. But in this, if you have your weapon in hand while you're airborne, you'll see the enemy highlighted, and if you swing your sword, you'll launch towards them. And it's not good for hitting them, but very good for figuring out where they are. Now on this first island here, you will be destroyed if you just don't move. I'd recommend just jumping and dashing immediately, or else you're gonna get destroyed. These guys on the first island do so much damage. But as you can see, there are also coins in this trial as well as Trial 1. But there aren't as many coins. There's only 26 coins, and as of a recent nerf, you actually only need 23. So you can miss 3 coins instead of only missing one, like you used to be able to. But there were 2 coins on the first island, 1 coin in one of the platforms in between, and there's 2 coins on this island. But before getting all the coins, I prefer just killing all of these guys by luring them off the edge. There's not much of a risk to me, just jumping off there, because, you know, they'll follow you, and they don't have a dash like you do. It's really easy. Here's one of the coins, and then right above on this tree, right next to it, is the other coin. You'll also notice when the wall goes down, there's like a significant lighting change. So if you're not near the wall and you don't know if you've killed all the guys, just like look to see if it's gotten brighter. Anyway, here's another coin right here. Can't miss it. You can also do this little skip here. And make sure you don't jump in here, because there's a coin to the left that you can grab. And it's, you know, you could miss that one. I'm just going to show you where all the coins are, because it'd be better to do that. There's a coin back here. I am still getting jumped. And after all those guys are dead, you come grab this coin. And there's one right below here on this edge. And you just want to jump out. There should be another coin right here. And now these platforms can be tricky if you've never done them before. You can actually land on the thing that the little poles are connected to, because they're sloped and they can count as a surface you can stand on. So if you're ever like not confident about being able to make those jumps, just land, just like aim yourself right on the slope, because you'll land on there every time. Just make sure you don't slip off. Anyway, there's another coin on those invisible platforms, another coin at the very end by this like shrine. And now you're gonna enter the Colosseum that has like 40 dudes. There's one coin, as you saw, at the bottom of that staircase right there, and another coin in the middle of the room. Super easy to get. I like to group all these guys up so I can do as much damage as possible, as just showing you where the coin is. And now that I have all these guys here, I'm just gonna start swinging. I like to do a clockwise circle, trying to hit as many of them as possible. Sometimes you will take too much damage and you'll be at the risk of dying before. So what you can do is just run around, wait till you regen. By the time you enter this room, you should have 16 coins. As you can see, I just grabbed 2 here. I have 18 now. And once you climb up that first platform, the lava is going to start to rise. So you want to make it through this quickly. When you get to the top, you make a hard left so you can get this key. You got to make sure you're not shift locked and that you don't have your weapon in hand, or else it's just not going to grab it. Run over here, open the gate. All you have to do is walk into it. You don't have to click anything, and then climb up the ladder, and then you're past the lava rising part. Now, once you're at the top and grab that coin, you should have 22 coins total if you've grabbed all of them. And these are wall runs. And to do a wall run, all you have to do is just jump into the wall, and as long as you're looking slightly into the wall or parallel, you should start wall running. And something you should know is that a wall run can carry your dash. So if you don't dash, you can jump off of a wall run and then dash. But if you double jump, or if you don't double jump trying to carry your double jump, it won't work, because if you try to jump off the wall, it'll like push you down. I think it thinks you're trying to double jump, plus the momentum of going off the wall will just push you down. But as you can see here, the wall runs are very simple to do once you just learn how they work. And hopefully seeing me do that, it's just, you can understand it pretty easily. But even after that, even if you have trouble with the wall runs, you have to do them again. But instead, they're invisible. And I don't have many tips on this. It's mainly just jump after you like get past the crystal, like a decent amount past the crystal, not too much though. And it's just a lot of memorization. There's not much you can do for that. It's a lot of experience for me. I have so much time spent on this where I can do it like 99.99% of the times. But after that, you just do some parkour on the bridges. If you're not confident, just wait till the text goes away so you can actually see things. And the obby will spawn to the right of the bridge, because you have to do a second obby, you know, perfectly designed. So I like to come over here. You can just click off so that you can set yourself up. And then you enter the code, summon the void will consume you. This will be in the description, but if you want to write it down, the 1, or the I is a 1. There's a dash in between will and consume. The O in consume is a 0, and the O and U is a 0. So basically your camera's just going to be locked for a couple seconds as the text goes away, and you just want to do this normal platforming. Then you got some wall runs, which are pretty easy to do, nothing too crazy yet. Jump off onto this platform, and make sure you don't use your dash here into the wall run, because you need to use it here to get to this platform. And you have to do a little leap of faith there. It's nothing too crazy. 3 wall runs onto this platform, and then make sure you don't fall off these small platforms. It's happened a lot to me in the past. These are more simple wall runs. Here you want a lot of height, so you can just wall run off it multiple times, and then dash around this block to this platform. Go around this wall to wall run on this. Now you got more invisible platforming to do. You got to go around on this wall run, jump off. It's just really tedious and annoying. Now you have this jump you have to do. You can kind of see it in the distance, barely visible. What I like to do is I like to land on this platform. You can also wall run on it. I do not suggest it. You have to jump off to more platforms that you can just like not see from at the top. And you can't do the main platform there, but you can also see the moving platform from the second island is just below us. And it's just a lot easier and a lot safer to do, especially if you have a decent amount of time left. So you just wait for the moving platform to go back to the island, and then you can just dash back onto the island and just make your way back to the first island, because the whole point of this second obby was to go to the first island again and escape. So you climb these trees, go on this platform, and hit your head on the invisible wall, or the invisible platform above you. That'll give you the badge, and you'll be sent back to heaven, finally completing Trial 4. And this will take you a while. Now, Trial 5 is really easy. It's just going to take a while because it's designed in such an amazing way where everyone can enjoy it if they try to do it. So just, first of all, make your way to the end of this bridge. And now a quick explanation. There are a total of 12 buttons that you need to press. And as you can see, you'll spawn in this area where you're going to want to turn your graphics down, or else you're going to lag a lot. If your system isn't fucking RTX 9030, then you're just dead. Immediately come over to this waterfall here, and as you can see, there's a little brown button. And you just want to click on it, left click on it, nothing special, until you can hear it press down. And then you want to come over to this other waterfall, and very hidden, you'll see right there another button. Just click on that. And as you can see, there's 4 different doors. The bottom right has 3 buttons. The top right has 2, the top left has 3, and the bottom left has 2. And of course, main area has 2 for a grand total of 12 buttons. Now, I like to come to the library first in the bottom right. I go all the way up these stairs, you know, very easily, no struggle. And you'll see here there's a red button. And I press this red button, and then I go down to this like dining table type area, reading table, and I click this button underneath the table. And then I'll come through these doors, and you'll see a desk and chair. And you just want to come around, and there should be a button on the underside near the left. You just click that, and that's all the buttons in the library area. So now you want to go back. And now you're going to want to go up through the door on the top right. You can do this in whatever order. This is just the order I prefer to do it in. And now you're just going to want to go down this this corridor until you get to a big open space. And you're going to want to take the door on the right. And now that you've entered through here, you want to go over to the right here from the entrance, and you'll see this white button. You just want to press that, and then go back out through the door, and then go to the very big doors at the end. And in this small church area, we can see the statue on the far right here. All we have to do is go behind it, and there will be a button right here. Just click that one. And now you want to head back to the main area. And after I get back, I like to actually go to the bottom left instead of the top left, because there's a gate in the top left area that'll open after all 12 buttons are hit. And it's just nice to know that you didn't miss any of the buttons. So I just come over here, and straight through there'll be a throne, and on the seat there will be a button for you to press. And then you just want to turn around and come to this door right here, and through it there will be a balcony with a bunch of statues. And once you've entered, you want to come to the left here and just go until you find this little dining area. And you want to press this button that's in this left corner, and then you want to head back to the main area. Now that you're at the final area, as you can see, there's a button right below these stairs. You want to press that. And to our right here is the gate that will open once we have pressed all 12. But for now, we got to turn around and go press this other button right here, kind of disguised in the flames. And then we want to make our way all the way down to the last prison cell thing to the left. And once we enter here, you can see that there's a button right here, and that should be the last one. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make our way to that gate that's supposed to open, and we're just going to go through the door that's behind it. And now that we've made our way through here, you'll see that there's a stone and a symbol on the wall. And we want to interact with the stone, and it'll give us a word, but you don't have to worry about that. And then you want to click on the stone. I do not know if it's completely necessary, but I would do it anyway. Make sure to both interact and click on it, because once you go back to the main area, the symbol will show up on the ground near the fountain, and I'm pretty sure that's necessary to unlock the things needed to get the code for Trial 5. But as you can see now, after pressing all the buttons, this will spawn. I'm going to turn my graphics up to show you how good it looks. Wow, how awesome. Just a little scribble. Put that back down so my PC doesn't explode. And now I'm going to go down to the throne room area, and I'm just going to go to the door to the left here. And then past this door, there's going to be a set of stairs. I'm just going to go up and take the first door to the right. Now that we're here, it's the same story as the last. We want to interact with the stone, and it'll give us another word that you do not have to worry about later. And we're just going to go click on this symbol, making sure to butterfly click on it just to make sure I don't miss it. And now we're going to go back to the top right door. We want to make our way back to that church that we were at before. And now that we're here, we're just going to make our way up the stairs over here. And once again, interact with the orb, click on the symbol, and you should be on to the next one, which is actually a special occasion. The library doesn't have a stone, it has a candle, and there's a barrier around it. So what you want to do is you want to deactivate the barrier, and I'll show you how. Now that we're back here at the library, we want to go up 2 flights of stairs, and we're going to want to go to this corner over here because after all the buttons were pressed, it has spawned a book. And all you need to do is just left click on the book and you'll be teleported to this area. And you want to go to the hall, the end of the hall far away from you, and there should be a book there that you can click on, and it'll disable that force field that's around the candle that you need to press. As you can see right here. And then what you want to do is just go back to the book, press on the book so you get teleported back, and go to the top floor. And as you can see, it's actually the second highest floor, and you just want to go through these doors. There won't be any force field. Make sure you click on the symbol. And you want to interact with this candle multiple times until it starts to light. Now when it turns green, you just want to keep on lighting it until it gives you the word. And now that we've got our word, what we're going to do is we're just going to make our way back to that big orb that we saw. And now we're just going to interact with the orb. I'm going to put my graphics quality back up. And what we're going to do is we're just going to get one of the badges that you get for failing. That candle on there, that candle on that table, you do not have to worry about that right now. You will get that later. That's just when you have completed all the necessary requirements for unlocking the code. So you won't see that if you came here for the first time. You just want to come over to the shrine and make your decision. And you'll have to wait through this long spiel. But whenever it gives you a decision, the only option you will have is yes. You will see that I get both the option of yes and no, but that's because I finished the requirements for it. So here you'd press yes, just so you get that other badge. I think it might be necessary, I don't know, but you just have to wait through all this. And after you've sat through that unbearably long cutscene, you'll get teleported back to heaven. And now you're going to have to go back through every trial, at least go to a certain area so that you can get a code to give you the option to say no there when you make the decision. So I'll just speed it up until I get to the right part in stars. Now once you're here, make sure not to go through the door. As you can see to the side here, there's actually a platform you can land on. And what you want to do is you just want to go on that, and you want to make sure you land on it first try. Make sure not to fall off, you know. Could be pretty easy if you're pretty bad at the game, but you just want to make your way to the next platform. The next platforms are a lot thicker than this one, so you won't end up falling off like, you know, like a loser would. And you just want to go to the end of this parkour. There's going to be a bit more platforming, but you can like turn your camera out and zoom out if you're scared, so you can see where the next platforms are, just like this. And ensure that you land on the right platforms. Now once you land on this green platform, it'll tell you to enter a password, and you want to enter the word willpower. And make sure you don't misspell it, because if you do, then I don't think it gives you a second chance. And as you can see up top there, that's one part of your code. Write that down. But now you just want to make your way back to darkness, and you're basically doing the same thing you did before, except you don't want to go into the shrine room. So, of course, line the right side of your monitor up, or the right side of your screen up with that left speaker, and then just walk forward until you hit a wall. And now that you made it back to the wall, instead of going through the door, you want to go around to the back side. And you want to go until you find a glowing pink light. Now once you're here, you just want to line your back up to the wall and then just start walking forward until you hit a house. As you can see, there's a big broken down house with a little orb in it, and when you go close to it, it'll tell you to enter a password. In this one, you want to put Perseverance. And when you press enter, you should get another half of your code, and you want to write that down. In trial 3, the code is in the dock area, which is in the very last room of the trial. And now that you're here, you want to make your way down to the docks, and I don't really need to kill these guys. I can kind of just come over here and jump on this boat, and they'll jump into the acid. That guy just made me fly. What the hell was that? I'm gonna just kill this guy, and you're gonna walk over to this corner here, and just walk around here near the edge, and there we go. Enter password. And for this one, you want to put patience. And now you'll get the third part of the code here. So write that down, and then you can leave the game and go back to heaven. Trial 4 is similar to Trial 3 in the way that you need to get to the end of the trial to get the code. So you want to make your way back to that purple orb where you insert the code, and have fun with that. Now that you've made your way back, what you want to do is, instead of going to the right where the obby would be, you want to come to the left of the bridge. And if you look down there, you can barely see it, but there's an invisible crystal. And, yep, there is more invisible platforming you have to do. It's a pretty simple comparison to the other. You just come to this platform, and you have some invisible wall runs here. Don't forget the tip I said earlier, where you can jump a little after the crystals. And you want to jump onto this platform here at the end. Come to this platform here, this one here. And now this part is a bit tricky, because you have to jump onto one wall run, jump off, dash into another one, and then jump onto the platforms in the distance that you can't really see that well there, but you can kind of see it. And boom, when you land on here, it's going to ask for another password, and you want to put in determination. And bang, you get the last part of your code. And now you can just jump off the edge and go back to heaven, because now we're finally going to Trial 5 again. Now I'm going to say this now, because it's very important. You cannot use any new gloves, like the whoopee cushion gloves, or any of the gloves from the Valentine's update, because it is kind of bugged. If you try to use any of the gloves that came after the ARG, then it will not work, and you won't be able to talk to Bringus to fight him. And once you're back in Trial 5, all you need to do is press all 12 buttons again. Oh, and by the way, you don't even need to press on the symbols or the stones anymore. You can just come to this orb and proceed to teleport. And this time when you spawn in, you should see this table with the candle on it. And what you want to do is you want to go up to it, and now interact with the candle. And you should be prompted with the input access code, and you can press K to unlock your mouse, click on the code, and you want to put it in as follows. You want to put in the letters you got from Trial 3, from Trial 4, from Trial 2, and then Trial 1. And then after you're done, you just press Submit, and as you can see, mine is actually bugged, and I don't know if this is because I already completed it, or if it's just something on my end, but what should happen is the candle will glow green, and you'll have this like green barrier around you, and that's how you know it's worked and you put in your code properly. Now just make your way over to the decision again, and now that you have input the code, you should be prompted with the no option when it asks if you want to accept the void. And after being Bringus, you will get this long-ass message from being kicked. And congratulations, you've beaten Trial 5. Now, technically you've beaten the whole ARG now, but if you want Voidwulfs, which are probably going to release along with the full release of Trial 6, then you're going to need to unlock Trial 6. So, what you want to do is you want to go to Trial 2, because all of the requirements to unlock Trial 6 are within Trial 2. And I'll show you the route we're going to take. This is my gorgeous map of Trial 2. I made this at 3 a.m. in MS Paint, so it's not exactly 100% accurate, but this is just to show you what the route looks like. And you probably know from playing Trial 2 earlier that Drowning Some and his desk glows in the distance no matter where you are, so you can see him from, really, really far away. And we're going to use this as our main landmark. But before I show you the route, I'm going to have to explain what the point of interest are. Now, we really only care about 5 or 6 of these buildings, the main 5 being Shack, the Truck House, Get Out, the Statue, and the Shrine. And also, maybe Invert, but we're using that as a landmark, but not somewhere we actually need to go. Also, what you're going to need is a stopwatch. I just use the one on my phone, but I use it to time exactly the amount of seconds I need to walk in a certain direction until I hit a building. Now, this is just to show you exactly where you're supposed to go. I'll explain what you have to do at these locations after I show you the route. So the route is super simple. We spawn at the desk, and what we want to do is we want to go down to the bottom corner here, to the statue. And once we activate the statue, what we'll do is we'll go back to Drowning Some, since we can see him from far away, use him as our landmark. And then we want to go to this building here, using this as a landmark as well, to get to this house. And once we're here, we're going to interact with something, and then go to this house, and then interact with another thing. And after that, we're going to go back to Drowning once again. And we're going to go to the shrine, except we want to go around, using the shrine as a landmark to get to the shack here. And once we get to the shack, we go back to the shrine, go into the shrine, and get the last object that we need. And we should get the badge that unlocks Trial 6. Now, once you spawn in, you want to do exactly what I just said to do in the route, and go to the corner of the map. And you'll see Drowning Some to your right, and you just want to head to the left corner. You can line yourself up at the desk there, and now you just want to start walking until you hit the edge. And now that you come to this corner, just like I showed you in the route, you want to use the edge as a guide, and you want to walk for about 32 seconds. And after walking those 32 seconds, all you want to do is just turn your back to the void and start walking straight for about 18 seconds. Now, once you've reached the statue here, you'll notice that there are 2 buttons on the statue, and one will control the statue itself and one will control the base. And as you can see on the base, there is a crystal there. Now, what you want to do is hold the button farthest away from the crystal on the base, and what you want is the left foot of the statue to be on the button, basically. If you miss like I did, all you need to do is just tap the button, and you can see his foot is basically completely over. And not long from the starting position, you should just be able to hold the base, and it should turn and click like this. You'll get the flash and you'll get music. And now what you want to do is just head back to Drowning Sim. And now that you finally made it back to Drowning Sim, what you want to do is you want to line your back up to this side of the desk and start walking left for about 7 or 8 seconds. And then walk forward for about 23 seconds. Now that we've reached this building, you'll see the entrance is right here. We want to go around to the back. Just right here. We want to place our back right here. And we want to start walking forward for 21 seconds. And now just walk left until you get to the house. And once you've made it to the house, what you want to do is you want to head to the corner, and you'll see that there's a stamina machine, and all you got to do is left click on it and it should disappear. And once it's disappeared, you want to head over here to this little broken part, and you want to line your back up here. Then you want to start walking for about 26 seconds. Then you want to start walking right about 44 seconds. Now, once you've found this house, what you want to do is go inside to the second floor, and behind the stairs you'll notice that there is a bed. And under the bed there'll be a wonder weapon, and all you have to do is click on it. It should disappear, and now you want to make your way back to Drowning Sim. Now that you're back at Drowning Sim, you just want to line yourself up with the corner to his left in front of him, and then you just want to start walking until you hit the shrine area. And as you can see, we're at the shrine area, but this time, just like I told you in the routing, we want to go around to the side. And we want to start by pushing our shoulder into the corner of this wall, and we want to walk straight forward for about 18 seconds. And after 18 seconds, we want to face our back against the wall, and we want to walk out for about 38 seconds. And once you're here, you just want to go inside, and you'll see that there's a double tap rapier. All you gotta do is left click on it, it'll disappear. And you want to head back to the shrine now, so just from where you came. And now all you have to do is put in the code again, 6123, if you've forgotten. Enter into the shrine. And what you want to do is you just want to go straight right. And this poison won't kill you. It's just there for decoration. And just behind this building here, you'll be able to see there is a Juggernog. And that is the last thing you need to click on. And when it disappears, you should get the Gobblegum badge, which is how you unlock Trial 6. So congratulations, you now have access to Trial 6 for when it releases. And back here in heaven, you can see that the shadow above the fountain that lets you teleport to Trial 6 is now there. And if you want to, you can play the beta, but it's not really worth it because they're probably going to overhaul all of Trial 6, so all the Easter egg steps that we know so far are pretty much useless. But it's something to do to pass the time. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. It took me quite some time to make since I've never edited a video before, and I had to map out Trial 2 properly to make sure that I could consistently get to certain locations to show you how to get to them yourself. But I hope this has helped you guys. Thank you so much for watching.